The White House responds to the death of former Republican Vice President Dick Cheney. He lived to be 84. His family says he died last night after suffering from pneumonia and cardiac disease. Cheney was known as one of America's most powerful vice presidents of the modern era. White House Correspondent Owen Jensen reports. Owen.
Veronica, good evening to you. Former Vice President Dick Cheney was considered a strong pro-life advocate. He worshiped in the United Methodist Church, but some of his values ran counter to the Catholic faith.
The White House lowers flags to half-staff in honor of former Vice President Richard Bruce Cheney.
I know the president is aware of the former vice president's passing, and as you saw, flags have been lowered to half-staff in accordance with statutory law.
Cheney served as a no-nonsense gatekeeper for President George W. Bush.
I picked him because he's strong, he's steady, and he gets the job done.
Cheney started working in the Nixon administration before he became chief of staff for President Gerald Ford. In 1978, Cheney was elected to Congress from his home state of Wyoming. He spent a decade there until the first President Bush asked him to serve as Secretary of Defense. Later, Cheney became head of the oil company Halliburton. Then, when George W. Bush secured the Republican presidential nomination in 2000, he asked Cheney to vet candidates for vice president, but ultimately offered him the job.
Not to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Vice.
Cheney's health was a major concern. He had 3 heart attacks before age 50 and suffered another after the 2000 election.
I've got a doctor that follows me around 24 hours a day that comes with a job as vice president.
After he was out of office in 2012, Cheney underwent a heart transplant.
I think the vice president was able to squeeze every ounce of juice from his life.
In the Bush administration, Cheney was considered a hawk who was instrumental in the decision to invade Iraq. Cheney believed history would prove they made the right move.
What we did in Iraq and taking down Saddam Hussein was exactly the right thing to do.
Late in his career, Cheney admitted he differed from many in his party on the issue of gay marriage.
As many of you know, one of my daughters is gay. I think people ought to be free to enter into any kind of union they wish.
Catholic Church teaching affirms marriage is between one man and one woman. Cheney had no interest in running for president after leaving office, but he continued to be outspoken. His daughter Liz Cheney, once a part of House Republican leadership, took a stance against President Donald Trump and vice-chaired a committee led by Democrats investigating the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. Her father supported her, and he voted for Kamala Harris in the last election, even though she was pro-abortion.
Former President George W. Bush called Cheney a patriot who was among the finest public servants of his generation. Cheney is survived by his wife Lynn, his daughters Liz and Mary, along with 7 grandchildren. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.